Hi, I'm Joe, and I have a book haul video today. It was half off day this past weekend, or half off weekend, whatever, at the Goodwill. So, of course, I was there. And I got some good books, let me tell you. Well, I'll show you. I'll show you the good books that I got. I picked up The Stone Diaries by Carol Shields. This was the 1995 winner of the Pulitzer Prize, which is why I picked it up. It's also a penguin. Okay, so there we go. It's a winner of the Pulitzer Prize and a penguin and half off, 38 cents. So, yeah, I got it. The Light Between Oceans by M.L. Stedman. After 4 harrowing years on the Western Front, Tom Sherborne returns to Australia and takes a job as the lighthouse keeper on Janus Rock, nearly half a day's journey from the coast. To this isolated island where the supply boat comes once a season, Tom brings a young, bold, and loving wife, Isabel. Years later, after 2 miscarriages and 1 stillbirth, the grieving Isabel hears a baby's cries on the wind. A boat has washed up on shore carrying a dead man and a living baby. Oh my gosh! Tom, who keeps meticulous records and whose moral principles have withstood a horrific war, wants to report the man and the infant immediately. But Isabel insists the baby is a gift from God, and against Tom's judgment, they claim her as their own and name her Lucy. When she is 2, Tom and Isabel return to the mainland and are reminded that there are other people in the world. Their choice has devastated one of them. How gripping is that? Yes, yes. And it's a beautiful cover. Barbara Kingsolver, Prodigal Summer. This is a story of, I think, 3 different people and a summer in Appalachia. I don't know anything else about it, but it had a lot of stars and good reviews on Amazon, so I picked it up. And it's Barbara Kingsolver. I've read 1 or 2 of her other books, so I just decided to get this one also. Ooh, there was something in it. I swear I just saw something in it. Receipts for Hiram College dining services. I don't even know where Hiram College is. It's in Hiram, Ohio. Never heard of it. This one I was really excited about, which I eventually want to get it in hardcover, just because that's what I'm doing with my collection of books. But I have been searching for this book in Goodwills for a while. So when I found it, I had to get it. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn! Yes! A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. If you have not read this book, it's one of those books that you just have to read. You just have to read it. Oh, I love it. Nothing in this one. In the Garden of Beasts by Eric Larson. Love, terror, in an American family in Hitler's Berlin. This is in 1933 in Berlin. William E. Dodd becomes America's first ambassador to Hitler's Germany in a year that proved to be a turning point in history. He was a professor from Chicago. He takes along his wife, son, and daughter. His daughter is entranced by the parties and pomp and the handsome young men of the Third Reich with their infectious enthusiasm for restoring Germany to a position of world prominence. But as evidence of Jewish persecution mounts, confirmed by chilling first-person testimony, her father telegraphs his concerns to a largely indifferent State Department back home. Dodd watches with alarm as Jews are attacked, the press is censored, and drafts of frightening new laws begin to circulate. As that first year unfolds and the shadows deepen, the Dodds experience days full of excitement, intrigue, romance, and, ultimately, horror, when a climactic spasm of violence and murder reveals Hitler's true character and ruthless ambition. Wow. I picked this up because I've seen it on bookshelves and thought that it sounded interesting. I love this time period, and I also have his other book, The Devil in the White City, which I have not read either. And the last book that I found is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. Zusak? Anyway, I thought that I had read this book, but it turns out I didn't. I read The People of the Book. All these books about books, I get confused. But in The People of the Book, she steals a book. Or did I read The 13th Tale? It's terrible when you read so many books that you think you've read other books and you haven't. And then it's also disappointing. Like, no, I didn't read all three of those books. I only read one. Just a small story, really, about, among other things, a girl, some words, an accordionist, some fanatical Germans, a Jewish fist fighter, and quite a lot of thievery. So I guess I have a little bit of a theme going on here. But those are the books that I picked up at the Goodwill. If you have read any of these, I'd love to discuss them below. If you think I need to read one of them before the other, let me know. I really don't know what I'm going to read first. I have some of my Penguin horror books that I am still reading over here, and a couple library books, because the library bands and me, I'm such a rebel. I am really, really intrigued by this one particularly. So, because it reminds me a little bit of, what book was that? The Forgotten Garden, I think. The main character in that book was found on a dock, and the dock worker and his wife just took her and adopted her as their own. And so when she is older, she goes on a sort of journey of self-discovery and finds out all this stuff about her actual birth family. I guess maybe if you want a baby, you should go live by the water. Maybe that's where babies come from. So there's my Goodwill book haul for the month of October. I will talk to you later. Bye.